Hi guys, it has been 6 days since the unthinkable happened and our entire place burned down. We're going to need you guys over the next few months, and I know some of you are casual fans, but I promise we're going to give you guys the quality. We're going to put our heart and soul into it, and we're going to rebuild somewhere, somehow, not overnight. We'll try and pick ourselves up out of the ashes and just get moving and get going, and that's all we can do, step by step.
We got you something. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Boys, say hello to Adam's new project. Boom!
That is savage.
Why you upset like Cinderella teens? You should see the things I feel inside these denim jeans. I can't associate with y'all, this shit like ketamine. Been on one, been on two, been on everything. Bitch, I'm with my gang, with my squad. What the fuck you want? Soapy rolling gas, I can't hang. Bitch, I'm fucking gone.
This is not a Drift Games car, this is an Adam car. This is yours to do whatever you want with it. We're gonna give you a budget alongside the car to get it ready for show starting, because we know you like your details. And all of our sponsors, all of them, are gonna pitch in to help you build the car back up again.
Thank you so. I actually don't even. Yeah, literally. Yeah, I'm speechless. I'm properly speechless.
We're not gonna make you cry on camera again. You only do that once a year. We're gonna have you have a look around the car, see what you think.
Oh, savage. I'd never said I'd do a detailed project ever again, because it'd probably break me, but we're going again.
Are you going again?
Yeah, we're going again.
Little clap for Adam.
Little clap for Adam, people.
Yeah, buddy.
He's back, baby. He's back.
Back and better than ever.
Well, Adam.
It's very good. Thank you very much.
Are you happy?
Very happy.
Get out of the way. I'm gonna break free. No one can stop me. I'm fresh out my cage. I got a new wave. I'm going my way. All this ambition turns into ambitions. I'm in on a mission in a perfect position. I gotta get that new thing. We're gonna get that new thing. 'Cause it makes me feel good, makes me look good. I gotta get that new thing. I want the real thing. Give me that brand new. I want the real thing. We're gonna get that new thing.
Should David the wall?
What?
Yeah, David the wall.
Which wall? The first corner?
Yeah.
No.
Everything's fine.
Nothing to see here.
James Dean has he's now the insurance assessor. We've seen enough of them, so he's looking through the footage now to claim liability, and I think the liability stands here.
So the same thing happened. It lost power on my transition, so I did the very immature thing and just absolutely roasted it in third gear in front of the grandstand, and that probably wasn't the smartest or most sensible thing to do, because there's a good chance the engine may have just gone. Looks like the piston hit the spark plug.
Something hit it anyway.
Which obviously isn't good. So Dave is just about to come up for his run, and as you can see, the heavens have opened, and this is the first wet lap he's going to do. First lap all weekend that's going to be in the wet, so not ideal. He's going to borrow a car, which makes added pressure. So everyone's in the same situation, so we'll see how it goes.
The judges couldn't spin him. We're gonna run them one more time.
Conditions have got a bit drier, and I think they gripped up to the 9s, and I think Dave did okay, but I'm not too sure yet. There's still one more run. Shit. Guessing they deemed it to be Dave's fault for whatever happened there. The correction was, that's just the way drifting goes, I guess.
Fire it up, Josh!
damn, bro.
Holy crap. That's the first time I've honestly turned it on there. That is frightening. Oh my god.
Yes, guys, we are now the new custodians and owners of the Low Brain Drifters S13. Now, if you're a fan of European drifting or you're Australian, you're probably going to need no introduction to this car.
This thing has honestly turned out better than I could have ever imagined. I've got race boots on, I've got my gloves ready, and usually what I do in this situation is I put it off as much as possible.
Just drive the car, please.
Right.
Have fun. Yes! Yes! Yeah, buddy! Oh, I can't hear anything.
Can't hear anything, I can't hear anything. Guys, I'm shaking. That's a whole different sensation.
Okay, we know we got the insurance money in, but there's no point in spending it all in one go on a bunch of overpriced Japanese cars. We're going to learn this time. We're going to invest it in property or stocks or something more sensible. Let's not try and do things too hasty. Buy a load of cars! Buy a load of cars! Well, don't listen to him. I mean, that's how we got in the terrible situation in the first place. We just bought a bunch of cars, we didn't think about it. This time we're going to be much more sensible. I think we should really think about this before we do anything too rash. What are you waiting around for? We should already be buying more cars. All right, guys, look, I've got to be sensible. I'm buying all the cars. I'm buying all the cars. So, without any further ado, I'm going to show you the first car that we've bought, and it is an absolutely immaculate and special one. So here it is, the very special and new to drift games Garage Mac S15.
Enemies arriving, I can feel the sense of danger. Yeah, handling the battle, ain't no fear, I never waver. Yeah, I can never settle, gotta go and get it all. Every 24, I gotta hustle till I fall. Push it to the limit, like I'm Scarface, that's the law. I've been going crazy, I've been balling off the wall.
Well, she works good and it looks amazing, and this is the first car we've bought on Car Week, and I am so hyped on it. It's time to get this thing in the truck and get it back to Ireland.
But we now are the owners of an R33 Skyline. I mean,
why did I buy? I've never bought one of these. I don't even like them, but I feel like we can make this one really cool. So if he has, here's some rings. One of the most famous Corollas of all time. Just enough.
It's just enough, not too much.
No, it's effortless, like effortless to do donuts in. Man, this car is so cool. This one is one of the ones I'm most excited about. It's just enough done to get you the inspiration to get it finished. And I can't wait to show you guys our brand new JZX90. Every single thing you could do to make 600 horsepower reliably, this car has it. If I was to actually stand here and talk about the spec all day, this video would be very, very long, but we will dig into this in a future episode when we start going through everything. So let's head on down the country to our friend Dan Moorhead, who's been holding another car for me that's just come in off the boat from Japan. It's time to introduce my new project on the channel, a 180SX, and boy, is it a nice one. Alright, so this is a very clean 180SX in black, which is the color that I think they look the best in. And I haven't had a 180SX in like, God, 10 years or something like that. So to have one that's kind of near stock but has a couple of little bits and pieces. My D-Max Type 3 kitted S14 SR20 that I drove in Japan, and it has literally just been pulled out of the container. It landed just before the fire, but I haven't actually seen the car until now.
Here he goes. Some tiny hoops. That was impressive.
I didn't think too much about it. That was the key.
I'm not gonna lie, Dave, you're fairly close.
Was I? It works still though. Man, this thing is good. Talk about smiles for miles. FD RX-7s, when they're working, are as good as it gets. So as you guys know, every car we've bought is rear wheel drive, and every video we've done on Car Week so far has had some donuts, some burnouts and some tire smoke, so I don't want to let you down, so we're going to send it.
Apologies to Mandela Park there. Just had a bit of a spin.
I think it's a monster.
I didn't believe when you said it was 500 horsepower that it actually was 500 horsepower, but like, that tore it up.
Lights up a set of tires. There's a lot of bits of this kit. Craig Coleman's face tells the whole story. He's worried.
Josh said, this is the words of Josh, have a fit in a day. And I laughed at him when he said that.
I don't know.
I give you a $5 a bet right now on camera. $5 a bet a day.
I don't know if Craig's got a fiver. He's after pulling through a lot of SRs in the last couple of weeks.
Wayne Curran will do it. Wayne Curran will do it.
And today we can finally reveal what I will be driving for the next couple of years as my pro car. And it is a full, insane A90 Supra.
You ready? No? Balls through all, full steam.
That was no anti-lag there.
No anti-lag. Right. So that was all just warm up. This is full boost, 1000 horsepower, anti-lag, everything on. You ready? This is the full madness. Now you're gonna see.
Right.
What a car, what a car. Glad you like it, man. I'm like dedicated now, I just want to learn it. But those first couple of laps, it's like, it's okay, but I'm a little bit like, I'm driving the car and the car is driving me a little bit as well, so I want to get past that point. But I'm honest with you guys, I'm not like, never driven that many cars this power, with this grip, with this setup and stuff, so I gotta learn it. But the good thing is, it's our car, so I get to learn it over a long period of time. But we got a long day ahead of us. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out.
Not going back now. You made it. Can't turn it off because obviously it's a Drift Games car, and as you know, every single Drift Games car has the batteries dead. So we haven't shown it in all its glory yet. the best thing we can do is put a sexy montage together and show you the truck.
I have to say, Adam,
I pushed myself because if we don't set a deadline, the car will never be done, or the truck will never be done. But I'm very happy how it came out.
this is our new Liberty Walk project, and in the next 24 hours we are going to completely transform it. So, let's set the timer.
Everyone rejects me, even in my best dreams. And I've come to realize, I can see it in your eyes, you're out to get me. Yeah, I know you're out to get me. Everyone rejects me, living in a conspiracy. And I've come to realize.
Josh's battle is up next. He's against Dylan Wilson, who's in a 2JZ E92. He's a good driver, so he's going to have to push really hard here. Fingers crossed we get the first win in the car. Fantastic lead and chase from Josh. Let's hope he can win his first battle in the low brain car. Nervous. What do you think, Wayne? Think he has it?
I think he has it.
You think he has it?
I think he has it.
Or fuck if he doesn't. Yeah.
Practically give it up for drift name Josh Holdsworth.
Yes!
Yes. Now we need more tires.
Now we need more tires. Yes.
I can't get my helmet off.
Unreal. Unreal. That was savage.
God, that was an adrenaline rush from down to up. Oh, I can't get my helmet off still.
Well done, sir.
Good lead, dude. Fucking killed it. Oh! She was the best. Oh! Whoa! 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 Yes.
The Guzzi Porsche.
Yeah. Nice.
It looks so much more.
Mm, すごいいいものを作ってくれました。1週間でさすがドリフトゲームス。いろんなね、大変なことはあったんだけど、まあ日本から自分たちもドリフトゲームファミリーとしてね、一緒にね、これからね、楽しいね、車のカルチャー伝えていきたいと思います。Never give up! Liberty Walk and ドリフトゲームス。Thank you.
感想、素晴らしすぎる。僕らの若い時の FD、最高です。ロータリー最高。最高。最高。
いい音しとんねやっぱり。
This idea only came about, I think, 24 hours ago, and already we're at the far side of England, down in Brighton, coming to look at this. Is it a good idea, Craig?
No, that's not a good idea.
But you know what? If it's not a good idea, it makes a very entertaining idea. So I guess welcome to our new car, but it's actually just a car though, is it?
What else would you call it?
A NASCAR. So, over here we have our 1JZ from Barossa, and stupidly, with less than 2 weeks to go till our invitational, we've decided to strip it out and, well, see if it will go into here with little to no information about this. So Dave is in the car, all warmed up. You ready?
Nobody's ever ready. Right, we're gonna go send it and see what happens. God knows.
My good luck with fake fucking holy water. Lads, this is a drift right now. This is it. I'm not gonna lie, Craig. I think that's a success.
I think so. It done a drift, so like that's something.
That was totally a drift.
It's all right, did a drift. It's terrifying, and it's half in control. I reckon I can link it. Can you move this cone that's right on the line, please?
Yes, the cone isn't great now.
It's frightening me. I know this will decimate it, but I want to actually link this. I think I can link it.
I think he's going to the Drift Masters competition layout. I'm gonna get behind the barrier for this one. That was legit the Drift Masters competition layout in a NASCAR that we built in, what is it, 8-9 days? That's incredible.
moment I'm actually really excited about. Yes, I'm drifting a NASCAR this weekend. Yes, I'm drifting a 1,000 horsepower Supra. But my S14 is here. I've had the best drift memories in this car. I bought it from Andia Power Vehicles. It was like a stance drift car. We bought it, we landed in Japan, we went straight to collect it. I did 5 days, day and night, drifting this on Toge, North Course, everywhere in Ibisu. And then I shipped it back to Ireland. We gave it a little bit of a clean up on some of the body panels. And this car is just, I think, the perfect balance for a track day. So I'm looking forward to taking this thing for a rip.
wanted to know what a Supra would feel like. And it's not bad. There's a few small things, but in general I quite like it.
James likes it. We're in good shape.
It reminds me a lot of the E92. I think it does snap a little bit quicker, but I kind of like that feeling.
So this was your first day ever driving the 180 on the road, right? And
Jim's gonna give it a quick test.
This is like the worst NCT that you'll ever get. This is the most aggressive NCT this car will ever get.
I love this. This brings me back.
You know what, of all the cars that were here, James said he'd love to take this for a spin. Oh, steady on there, James.
Look, it's a lot of car. Easy.
So much fun. Oh, I love driving stock cars. Seems like a pretty good one for a standard one. It's good. Like to get the handbrake to work, you have to stand on the foot brake and pull the handbrake as hard as you can at the same time.
Oh no, my cornflake slice is okay.
Cornflake slices all over the shop here, Josh. I wouldn't take that now.
But it's so much fun with standard angle. Like these are such a good car from the factory.
Honestly, seeing you go around, you're smiling the whole way.
That was really fun.
Through to the Great 8. It's Kieran Casey goes through to the Great 8 in the beautiful S15.
Lucky dude.
I just messed it up.
What did you do?
In the lead, I went too early, and then I just messed it up. I ran out of gear. By the time I got to the end of the corner, I was just like almost straight. And then in the chase, I tried to dive in, and his car was a little bit faster. By the time I dove in on him, I tried to go half throttle to catch him. It understeered, and then I was like, no, god damn it. So, rookie mistakes, really, to be honest. Such a great day, such good fun. The car's in one piece, it runs perfect. I made the mistake, but it's got a lot of potential, this thing. Like, I'd say if I had another day or two in the car, you'd get on top of those mistakes very easily. What an experience to drive with this level of drivers, to drive with all the greats. The people, to be honest, that are here this weekend are the reason I'm in drifting, so to just be part of the event is amazing. And maybe now that I'm doing more competition for the rest of the year, I think I need to start taking it a little bit more seriously and not just turning up like with an ice cream going, let's give it a go. So yeah, I need to be sharper.
We're still getting ice cream though, aren't we?
I mean, obviously, why do you think I got out early? Myself out here, boys get a bit of ice cream, sit up on the bank, watch a bit of drifting. Good day.
So it is confirmed I'm against Harry Kerr, who's, no, I'm not going to shit talk you or anything like that because you're a very talented driver.
Yeah. I'll walk away now and see what you say about it.
We've travelled around and everything, super cool dude, and he's a very good driver. Like that's not even a joke around. Like this is going to be one of the toughest battles I'm probably going to do this year, and if I win, it'd be the furthest I've ever gone in the drift competition ever. So fingers crossed, and let's see how this goes.
I had to be closer.
And keeping the championship home tonight as Harry Kerr goes through to the grade A.
Well done, Josh.
Didn't get the win, but I feel I went out like a man. I feel like I gave a good run, and at the end of the day, he was the better driver. He was always the better driver.
I've got to show you the completed look. Now this was put together in one day by our boys at Precision Tinted Graphics. The whole team jumped on, and it is a very, very special new look that I think you guys are going to see what inspired it. Check this out. The brand new 2025 Drift Game Superjet is ready.
Over to a bar, that bar there, and fucking fast trap.
What did you do? I don't know. I genuinely felt comfortable in the car. I went to do a chase run. I thought I timed the transition into the first corner perfectly on the lead car. And I was up onto their door. I was like, perfect. And next thing, bang, back just hit a wall and dragged the front in. And I definitely didn't think I was that wide to the wall. I'd have to look at it back. Not ideal first start to the first day of the new car. And a bit disappointed. But she's not new now. Don't have to mind it from here. We've already done the back end bumper. And as you can see, we have some spares. So maybe it's the best thing to happen because now it won't be like so precious about it. So that's what it was built for. Let's hope we can get it repaired and get it back out for some more practice because that's a bad note to leave things. The front is just cosmetic, right?
Sorry, it's clear also, right?
It's not about here, right? So let's fix it. It's not too bad.
Oh, we put glue there. We glue that there.
Actually, glue that back.
Here, look, we have glue there. We glue there.
Just hit the wall in one. Now, we didn't go into hill by how hard I hit it.
So it's a little bit bent, okay? But not by much.
Yeah, Dave. Oh, sure. Yeah, good job, Dave. You can censor that one.
Oh, my life. It happens.
Start to see gets it nicely into the second clipping zone there now to transition through into the third clipping zone around the second corner again.
Some decent points there.
Dave Egan goes through by 1 point.
1
Ladies
point.
and gentlemen.
Wow.
Thanks, Egan. anything.
Oh, that's the first time I actually won and didn't hit anything. I think that was like my okay chase, but the lead was the best I think I've done this weekend. I don't know.
You won a winner.
Yeah, that was everything I had. I tried to not be too aggressive on the lead, do the work after the first initiation, and I think it worked out. Left foot braking in the lead made it a little bit more precise. I think I was close to the walls, but I didn't hit the walls. I've won 3 battles in this car this weekend. That's insane. That's insane. And I lost one by a point, so like I couldn't ask for more. Anything happens for me, I don't give a shit anymore. That is bonus time now. Everybody else is going into the next battles all pressure. I don't give a shit anymore. I've won enough for me. She is just such a car. It does everything I want it to do, and it's instant. Like, mess up on something, bam, it's away we go again. It's not like no delay. I love this thing. This car has given me better memories in one weekend than every other drift car put together. You guys built a hell of a machine. A hell of a machine. It even makes average drivers like me look like they know what's going on. So,
but you're also driving the hell out of it, so at least you're not scoring it to be fancy.
It's like
just knocking
frighteningly quick out there, like when you're on full tilt, like you are like, ah! But amazing. I need to get out of the suit, get some water, and get ready for the next battle. Bang.
So Dave, you said go off and get 2 ICE 200s. Here is one.
You know, my dad used to drive this exact car in this spec.
No, it didn't have the same reputation back then, did it?
No, this is an executive car. Still is, a bit rustier now. This one is not.
You know what I will say? Like, as far as it goes, it's got heated seats, it's a nice interior, it's got tape and CD deck.
Sunroof.
That's a big thing apparently. Anyways, we're not here to talk about the car, we're here to do rings. The mandatory scan there.
Is that how it's done?
No, it's the fucking...
Oh, it's this?
Yeah.
Let's do it again.
You were throwing the NAS.
I lost points there.
Josh, this is how they drive.
Is this how they drive? Don't even look.
You have too many hands on the wheel.
Knocked over the cone with the door. That's a massive no. I think it'll do rings fine. Whether or not pro drivers can send it in over the hill in Mondello, I'm not sure, but a little bit of work to do.
Oh, we're getting closer.
So we ended up with 456 horsepower, and Lloyd is saying that's where she's happy. Lloyd, any higher than that and it's starting to get a little bit detonaty.
Yeah, on pump fuel it is. So like for the sake of extra, there's not a huge gain, so we just turned the boost back a little bit. We could have put octane booster and stuff in it to try and keep the power. Then that's something you'd have to remember every time you drive it. Not forget the octane booster.
I'm a man of convenience, so I don't want to have to put different fuel, mixed fuel. This is just going to be a road car that I can drive around in. So I think I'm very happy with that, and it sounds good too. Like it sounds really nice at that power, so I'm really happy with it. However,
could sound better.
However, to be honest with you, power's all well and good, but you never really cane the car too much. What I like is that you can turn it on, have a little bit of madness, and then turn it off again, which makes it like a modern car where you can like close the valves. So no valves to close, but we can give it. There's so much good stuff in this car. I want to kind of hear it be a bit more aggressive. So Lloyd has given me that smile, which I know is the smile of get some earplugs. We're about to send this thing to the moon.
Lloyd doesn't like doing pops and bangs that much, but you know how you make him do it?
You wouldn't put pops and bangs. You wouldn't put pops and bangs on it. You wouldn't even know how to, Lloyd.
You may ring Ryan and tell him I just blew up his exhaust.
Don't blow up Ryan's exhaust. He's very proud of that exhaust.
We may need some earplugs for this.
You know, usually we'd try and be a bit hardy about this, but I have a feeling we need these.
It has flames, that's always a good sign.
It's getting there.
Glad I got the earplugs on.
That'll do. That will do. Thank you, Lloyd. Thank you, Link.
God knows how that sounded for you guys.
What? What?
Dave absolutely plowed into me. And I didn't know who did it, and there's probably me giving out stink on the GoPros.
That's on me now, that's on me.
I was gonna say that one's on you.
I have to say it was pretty spectacular. I'd imagine from the outside that was carnage. I came in.
On the inside it was absolute carnage. So where's the culprit of the wheel that hit me?
It was definitely this
Oh,
side.
there it is. There's my wheel there. Look at that.
Strom's holding up strong.
This is the moment of truth, Craig. How bad is the NASCAR?
Pretty bad.
Good luck, buddy.
I need it, trust me. Here we go. I try to do the victory burnouts at the end like every other NASCAR driver at least.
You got a big smile on your face, man. How did that feel out there? No, that is a handful. Like, I've driven tractors that feel better than this thing. Drift Games, you did a great job making a really bad car.
Initiation from Falby, and he kind of catches Dave off guard a little bit there. Now Falby goes screaming through, drops a little shallow on outside zone 3. Dave comes down the inside, he made a big mistake there as Falby out front looks at Ross and says, come on, old boy, what have you got? As he fires it towards the wall, Dave Egan now tries to close up that front, and he jumps up onto the door of the S15, across the line, unbelievable.
I got some insurance to talk about, okay? What is this?
I want everybody in the stands now to make some noise for who you think won. On my left, Dave Egan. Oh.
No one. Yes. Yes, Mondo.
On my right, Connor Falvey.
Yeah.
I think you guys up in the tower, we've got our winner. Dave, I'm sorry. Connor, well done.
There you are, buddy. Hey!
So I was coming up here to see the damage report, and I think it's not great. It appears to be not turning over, which would probably confirm engine gone.
So sorry. Yeah, I was told to rev it. I rev it. Yeah, it went bad noise and bad smoke.
Yeah, we're ever the optimist coming in saying it could just be something, and you said no, that's a bad noise.
I have some experience. This was my 4th V8 this year, so yeah.
It's alright, buddy. Honestly, I'm more annoyed that we didn't see you in competition in it, because you're flying all day, and I want to see this car go to the podium, but
yeah.
I don't think it's meant to be.
Yeah, too bad.
Finn couldn't break it, Josh couldn't break it, Laurie Heinen though, he came in hot.
You want to show them?
He blew the engine static too, he wasn't even moving, which is impressive. But Laurie's going to jump in another car now, so it's fine.
Even Dave could tell that's spot.
Oh, I'm like, I'm not a mechanic, but that to me looks like it's broken.
And look at this fantasy battle. They all start to gather up on outside zone 4. Big transition back as they fire towards the wall. Unbelievable. Around that drive outside zone and bust the line. Mondo for one last time makes a
I stand feet away from an equal. You gotta get it, hold it down and have the business taking over. Play it in, just in case you hit the
Decision is in. And taking it through to the final four is... Nobody! It's one more time!
It's time, Joshy.
A month I've been waiting for this.
It's time, Joshy. This is the most excited I've been all day.
I've never been so excited for it one more time.
This is it. This is what it's all about. Drifting, baby.
Here we go.
With Martin Richards to lead out James Dean, just expect pure carnage this time. Oh, a little opposite flick from both guys. They fire in, they look for this outside zone. James Dean a little lost now. What can he do? Can he find the door? He certainly can. As he now starts to trade pay, they come through. Oh! Close on the transition. Martin Richards going for it, though. He's not letting James Dean get too up close and past them. Oh!
My friends' cars are wrecked. Our cars were wrecked. We bought cars last week, they're wrecked. The cars we used to have, they're also wrecked. The team is wrecked. But what a day. What a day. Adam Ivel, Adam O'Connor, under pressure. When the fire happened, I had 4 Silvias. I had an S14, which was in a container, which survived, which we still have. I had my 3SG Plus T S15. I had my Spirit Ray S13, and then we built a replica of that Spirit Ray S13 with a 1JZ for drifting. 3 perished, 1 survived. So we have an S14, then I went out to buy myself an S15. And I picked up this Garage Mac car from Japan, from JDM Garage in the UK. But you might be wondering, why haven't I driven it? Well, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. The reason has been registration. So this car, to register on an Irish plate, you've got to do a couple of things. One, you got to pay the taxes on the car, which is vehicle registration tax in Ireland, which is roughly about 40% of the value they say the car is. Then you've got to pay VAT from UK because they're now not in the European Union because of Brexit and all that. Thank you very much. And then you got to pay NOx tax, which is to do with emissions. And on top of all that, you got to pay customs. So would you hazard a guess at how much the Irish government would want me to pay to change this number plate from a UK registration to an Irish registration? I'll give you a second to have a little think about that. €21,000. €21,000, which is roughly what, $5,000, just to put an Irish number plate on this car. So I sat there and said, I love the car, it's an amazing car, I want to do it. But then I just couldn't give that money to the government. I'd rather put it into cars, put it into parts, put it into the new building. So what I've done is I have traded this car for a very, very special car. And next week, we're going to go to the UK and we're going to make that trade. It is a dream car for me, probably the nicest version of any of these cars I've ever owned, and it's right down my street. So this is leaving the channel, and a new car is arriving next week, and we're going on a UK road trip adventure to find out what that is. But I thought about it that I'd saved up the money to put the reg on this car. Technically, I could just buy another S15 if it was on an Irish reg for the same price as the number plate on this car. And you know what? That's what I did. I am now the owner of an original yellow S15. You guys don't know how excited I am about this. I've been trying to get an original yellow S15 for like 10 years. And this one just popped up and I had to make the deal. Now here's the crazy thing about this, and I'm going to show you the car in a sec. So for the price of the number plate on that S15, I have enough money to buy an entire Spec S yellow, original yellow S15 and modify it to the way I want it. So I've made a massive claim in this video that I've bought the best PS13 in the world. That's a huge claim. And a lot of you guys are going to sit there right now watching your phone or watching your TV going, here goes Dave, talking some bullshit, exaggerating, making up clickbait. It can't be the nicest PS13 in the world. Well, let's see how many of you guys agree or disagree with me after you see it. Because here it is. It has been 8 years in the making. It has done 70 kilometers in the UK because that's how much restoration has gone into it. And in my opinion, it is absolute perfection. Look at this thing. Oh my God. Before we load this car up and continue on the rest of our UK road trip, I mean, it's customary, we're here in JDM Garage and we always do a couple of donuts and we're going to do a pull. And this is going to be the most exciting part of the video. Definitely doesn't sound like a standard SR. Proper choppy cam. Love it. So when we were speaking power figures, what he meant was 500 at the wheels, which means this car is pushing about nearly 600 horsepower at the fly, which sounds ridiculous on 15s, and it's probably going to sound ridiculous very quick. And apparently it's got launch control as well, so we're going to test all this out.
That's one way to break in a car anyways.
This thing is outrageous. It's so fast and so grippy. Give it a rip.
Well, it's a long straight road, so it'd be rude not to.
Does it have launch control? Oh my God, this car is ridiculously fast. Like terrifyingly fast. I absolutely love it. I'm kind of nervous, it's so fast.
Go on.
We go again?
Go again.
You ready?
Oh,
Jesus. This car is ridiculous.
I can feel the boost. It's that intense.
Is violent. A violent amount of boost. Like, absolutely ridiculous.
To point of perspective, it has semi-slicks on here as well.
That's on semi-slicks. And it's just making it feel like it's on ditch finder road tires. Oh, that's what you want. That's what you want from a brand new car. If you're new to the channel, since the fire, you're gonna know the story. We picked up the car from DBM Engineering. It was actually built for another driver who in the end didn't need it, and we took it as a brand new, fresh car. 990 horsepower, 2JZ powered, full carbon Kevlar, sequential gearbox, the whole shebang. This is as good a car as you're gonna get anywhere in the world. The problem is, there's one little flaw with it, and it's the squishy bit driving it. So the driver has to get better. So therefore, seat time is expensive on fuel and on tires. 2 laps of any layout in Mondello Park is going to be a full set of tires. And you got to put mega grip in this thing because you have the power, or else you're just going to sit there going nowhere, which we found with some of the tire setups we've used. So for a practice car, this is not the one. So I thought if I'm going to get seat time in this car, I'm not going to be able to afford to do any drifting next year because I'll have spent all the money doing practice. We have a friend who has a car that is left-hand drive, that is turbocharged, that has a very similar wheelbase. I think it's only 20 mil or 30 mil in the difference in the wheelbase, which is almost like a cheaper mini version of this car. And if I thought, if I got that car, practiced all winter in that, then I could jump back into this and be much more, I suppose, at home with the whole seating position, the view. We're in a back street in the middle of Dublin city centre. It's a weird place to buy a car, but it is also a weird car. A car that I've known for 10 years, and I can't believe we've done a deal and got it on the channel. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to my 2025 practice car. All right, so we're here with my buddy Eric O'Sullivan. Now, if you guys aren't aware of who Eric is, Eric has a long history to get through, which we would need a longer video than this to get through. But Eric was an Irish champion, went to Formula Drift, competed there for many years. And along his journey, you're probably wondering why there is a Pontiac Solstice sitting in a garage in Dublin. Eric, you're going to have to explain this one.
Yeah, so this came from my time in around 2010, 2011, when I drove for Gardella Racing in New Jersey, which was a factory GM team. Turk had just almost won the championship in 2009, I think it was, in a Pontiac Solstice. They then moved to the Camaro, and I went over there to drive the car that Turk drove, Solstice, in the 2010. While I was there, this was basically a stock kind of road car that was just in the corner of the shop, and we turned into kind of a practice car for me to drive at Club Loose.
All right, next stop, Mondello Park. See how this thing drives. So we are down in Mondello Park. You can see we are ready to do a test session in the Solstice.
Before you get into the tyres then?
Josh, I'm going to let you in on a secret. I've done worse laps in the Supra around here, to be honest. Like, this is pretty good. I'm pumped on this thing. The Supra and the Solstice are now ready for 2025. Check them out. So we have all the cars outside. This is the first time we've seen them all together since we got them. None of these cars existed, well, actually yeah, none of these cars existed the night of the fire. We had 12 cars in the total fleet at that time, and we have 10 here and 2 that aren't on camera. The Low Brain Drifters car, which has a V8 being replaced, and we also have the Verosa, which you saw earlier in the episode, which is going to ugly up the whole scene. But those 12 cars that we had are now replaced with 12 cars, and weirdly, some are better specs, some are worse. We tried to replace, not replicate, so they all have a new story. And yeah, none of this existed like 6 months ago. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Drift Games Clubhouse. This is a massive moment for us. We never thought it was possible a couple of months ago. It's very emotional. We want to thank everybody for all the support they've given us all year. We're going to try and make it happen in 2024. We replaced the whole car fleet. Now the big one, to try and replace our HQ, to make something as cool, if not cooler, than what we had before. This is a massively, as I said, emotional moment for the whole team. We finally have the keys to our own place. Now, you might say, well, we had places before. Well, we did, but they were rented. Obviously, we built a shed in Wayne's yard. It's a good friend of ours, part of the team, but it wasn't our place. And then we went to the Drift Game Studios in Ballycoolan, in the engine block, but also we were renting that space on the second floor. This is the first time we've been able to have our own space. We are the landlords. We own it. We can do whatever we want with the space. But this is our key. We own a building from drifting. Take that in. From thing we started for like 20 grand 10 years ago, we own a building. So come inside and see what we've done. So this is the main hall, the main foyer, I guess. First room on the ground floor. It's just a big empty room. But this is going to be our new merch room. So this is going to be where we basically have racking. We have all our packing stations. We have all of our samples. Our merch we take very seriously. We try and do really, really good quality. If you guys have ever bought Drift Game stuff, you'll know that the quality of stuff, it's not really merch, it's more of a fashion range, because we want you to wear it all the time, want to wear it, want to come back. So we take a lot of time going through different samples. This gives us a whole room of experimentation along with all of our stock, and it's pretty cool, right? So it looks good. So Craig Lawler is going to be in here making sure all the stuff is neat, tidy, packed. That's all got to be moved from Mondello to here, and we got some cool stuff we want to throw in here as well, maybe decorate up the walls a little bit, but it looks pretty cool. And we'll move along the ground floor into the next space. We have, which we've never had before, a kitchen. So we never had a kitchen in the engine block, and we never had one obviously in Wayne's yard. I mean, a kettle on a shelf is probably what we had. It's exciting. It seems like it's a very unusually large toilet, but we have some unusually large gentlemen in the team, so yeah, it's a toilet. That's not the exciting part. Where we're going to be working is upstairs. You know it's a good place when you get tired running around, like that. This is where all the magic's gonna happen. So this is gonna be our Drift Games office and media center. So we're gonna have like a media room over here for the boys who do all the editing. All over here is gonna be like tables. We're gonna put like a motorbike, maybe some arcade machines. We're gonna have a lounge over here where we have couches, a TV, make it look all kind of funky. And what's really cool is you got a great view of the cars in the car park, right? It's got loads of space, so we can do something really cool with it. I love the fact that it's got really big windows, because one of the downsides of the engine block where we were in the Drift Game Studios was there wasn't really any windows in the office. There was like one. So now we've got like nice view out of like countryside and stuff out there, view of the cars here, and then these 3 windows here look directly down into the warehouse. So if you want to go and have a sneak peek of what car build's going on, the boys can. So the office is kind of like big and open plan. So this corridor here, we're going to put like camera storage for Josh and Blaine, kind of organize everything there. This room will be kind of like meeting room / sim room / podcast studio. We're still trying to figure that out. You guys will see it in the videos as we go along. Still making our minds up because we've got a lot of space, so we want to make sure we use it the best way. But this is kind of like, if you look at the length of this room, it's massive. This is kind of the conventional side, which leads us to the most exciting part of this entire purchase, which is the warehouse, because you guys know what we did with the last place. We're going to take it up a notch here. So this is the most exciting part of the entire building, which is our space where we're going to be putting our cars. And we want to do something even wilder than the Drift Game Studios. But let me show you the blank canvas we got to start with. Look at this. All the room for activities. So this is the warehouse space that came with the building. Big square room, right? So you've got your shutter door, which is great. We can reverse our Drift Games truck in if we needed to. We can get trailers in, easy, emergency exit. We've laid out all of the plugs and sockets, which might look quite random, according to what we want to build. And then you've got the 3 windows up high so you can see down from the office. We've got like a little storage room here, which is like data points and a boiler and stuff, not that exciting. So what are we gonna do with a big square space? Well, this is a challenge because you guys are expecting us to do something wild. We wanna do something wild, and we wanna do something that's actually cooler than what we had. So I think we've done a pretty good job of making the cars as cool as what we had before the fire, but to make a space that was so unique, so dramatic as we had in the Drift Game Studios, that is a challenge. Now, luckily, we have a lot of friends in the trade who are all either into cars or drifting, and we came here one day and we came up with, I think, the wildest plan you could possibly do with this space. Oh yes! You have a ramp.
It's starting to become a thing now.
That's a good looking ramp. Is that can you say that? It's a good looking ramp. There's a lot's going to happen here in the next couple of weeks. This is the main construction. We got some toolboxes, Adam, stacked from SP Tools.
Okay, you can't tell that from the time lapse, but that was no easy job lifting that outside the van.
SP Tools, high quality but heavy.
So you can skip the gym today, Dave.
That's more. I think I lifted 4 times my own body weight there. I was like an ant.
Okay, so we're down here at 888 with the R33, as they would call it. And as Craig was saying, this is a honest car.
She's an honest car, Josh. She is an honest car. We're going to clear her up.
Craig loves cutting up cars. So if you watched the last episode, you know that this is going to be our giveaway car. So if you go onto our website and get a digital poster, you will be in with the chance of winning this car on the 21st of December. And because there's well, not a lot of time to get it done, this is why we've got to do this car as we're doing the new place. May seem like a lot, but do you reckon we get it done?
We'll get it done.
We'll definitely get this bit done. It's Joey O'Neill, if you're watching there. The pressure's on you to get this one painted, I think, for a full respray. So without delaying any longer, I say we just get into stripping this thing and doing what Craig loves, which is cutting up a good car to make it better, though, I say.
Easy rider, Craig.
The memo on that door. Show him the...
Thinking's for fools.
Hang on.
Just fire it up.
3, 2, 1. Hang on.
Right, step by step.
Step by step. It'll be tough to do this every morning with the commute.
Hey!
Donuts in the office. I bought a motorbike that looks really cool. So it's a 1977 something. I don't even know what it is. I think it's a Kawasaki. So the idea was have some cool classic bike over here in the wall.
Oh, so you can see it in the window.
Yeah, so you can see it in the window. So I think it looks pretty cool. We just need to give it a clean, put it over there, and then we have a bike in the office, which I think is a bit of a statement piece.
I'm not sure if we're getting ahead of ourselves here.
We haven't even got a desk, but we got a bike. Okay, so it's quite a few hours later. We're building cubes, Adam is still on the media center over here. It's looking good. In the last place, we just kind of fired everything up. We're being pretty tasty with this. We want it all to be really nice because it's our place.
It is our forever home, genuine. Like, we've bought it, and we wanted to be. We're here for a long time. So.
I used a wall plug over there instead of just drilling straight into the wall.
I've never seen you use a wall plug.
I literally had to show him how to use a wall plug. He actually said, "Do I just hammer it in?"
That's what I did in the last place. And it kind of held up. So we're doing a little bit more tasty.
Well done, Craig.
Oh,
good connection. Almost as good as your welding there. You're taking a lot of pride in this now, Craig.
Probably too much pride.
So a lot of you guessed it, and yes, we are building a second floor in here because we have a lot of height, so we may as well use the height. I would try and explain what's going on, but honestly it's too confusing to explain what this is actually going to look like in the end. And I'm not going to disturb them too much, but that is the guys at AAA that built our 2JZ Lamborghini, and also they pretty much built the majority of our old drift game studios, so you know their work is shit hot. And let the time lapse do all the talking. Okay, so the lads are absolutely plowing along with that. And as you can see, the R33 is not there because it's gone down to Wayne's because we're going to be doing the manual conversion and a few other little bits along the way.
Special delivery has arrived, something I've got custom made in the last week, so boys are bringing it in now. It's a risky one. It's a little out there.
It's a bold move, Cotton.
It's a bold move, but I think it's going to work out for us. It's a pool table, but wait to see the colour.
Bright orange.
He's adamant it's going to work. We're not too sure. So orange, Dave.
Yeah, so the room was so dark and we wanted to put a pool table in the middle. That's why there's this big space. But I was like, if I put a black bodied pool table, it'll just look all black desks. So I was like, let's go the exact opposite, which is white with orange, which makes it like a big statement piece. I think it's going to look very cool. We're going to match some other stuff to it in the room, but I know it's like it's custom made.
I'm going to say you're going to prove us all wrong because we're not too sure on this one.
I showed a picture of what I wanted to build and not one person agreed with me, so this is on me now. If it looks terrible, you're just going to have to look at it every day, Adam. There's no choice. Wake you up every morning, you come in and go, whoa, what a day.
Well, either way, worst case scenario, we've got a pool table in the office, so it's not really a downside to this.
And it's all custom made, so they don't make white pool tables with orange on it.
Shocking. You know what?
So it's going to be cool. So the boys are going to put it in, set it up, make it level, put it here. It's going to look sick.
Late night again.
Late night again. But it's getting there. We got a pool table. The sign looks serious. This area is kind of coming together. We did some more stuff downstairs. You'll see that later in the episode. But bit by bit, like it takes time, and we're trying to do it very, very fast. But you don't want to do it shit either. So you want to make sure everything that you're measuring out, and start like I think for a little bit of DIY, it's like starting to take shape. Got a container, a very big container. Well, it's not very big, but 20 foot, but it is a brand new container. They said it's never been shipped, but they lied because it's just been shipped here, so you know, secondhand technically. There's a big plan with this, and then there's another one of these to arrive later, and that's when we're really going to see the madness inside. So all right, so today is a big day, and one that I'm not sure is going to work out the way we planned. So we are bringing in 2 containers for a bit of a setup, which will make more sense when they're put in. One is going here and one is going on top of that. Both have sides cut out, and as you can see, the space is not massive. So we're hoping to convince this fine gentleman who has the crane to help us get them into position. Once these are in, I think this is probably the biggest challenge of the whole build, because this is not ideal how the space versus how we get them in. But I'm going to look away a little bit, I think, on this one. So first container is in, and we're building up underneath the container because we wanted this container to be a little bit raised. I'll show you why in a minute. And then the second container, we want the floor flush with the floor of the mezzanine, because then it'll just continue into the container. So the boys right now are using blocks and wood to make sure those measurements are accurate. So when we put the second container up, everything is kind of, at that point you have to have it right. But I'm going to show you why we put this container exactly where we put it. So you guys can see now that this is no longer just the underneath of the mezzanine, it's actually a room in itself. So when you come through the door, we're going to have a car here, and then we're obviously going to have this display box, which we're going to do laminate floor on, we're going to paint the walls, and we're going to put in a tough light on the top. So we can actually have a car almost sit like it's in a Hot Wheels box as you come in here. So you got cars on 2 different levels. And now you're starting to see the vision of this area. So over here, this is going to be a detailing bay for Sonax. And then we're going to put a garage door, build out this section. So almost this whole part of the mezzanine is completely separate to the rest of the warehouse, meaning it's a little bit more interesting, I guess. You can walk around and see different zones.
Heart's racing, and I'm not even the one doing anything. This is terrifying.
This is genuine concern.
The physics aren't physicking. I don't know what to say. I'm enthralled here.
They're not actually physically sure if this can be done yet. That is tight.
We're so close. We're so close.
Like, there's literally about 3 inches in it.
This is the problem now with me having notions. I should just... Why did I go this far?
Well, the problem is that the notions, it's not based on... The containers look cool, but it wasn't based on getting the containers in.
No, I didn't do any calculations for the notion. I just said, wouldn't it be cool if...
Oh! We're there! It's on top of the container though.
Oh, we are at our limit there. Say it's about almost an hour in, and it's still as sketchy as when we first started. You alright, Darren?
No, I'm not alright.
If you want to terrify yourself, just look around this corner.
No, it's not outside anymore, so I figure it's inside, and
Adam, just have a look.
Their family's motto is it shouldn't be an issue, so... It wasn't.
It wasn't.
It isn't, and it isn't. And
For everyone else watching, it was an issue, but for them, it wasn't an issue. I think we're in.
There it is now.
There's a 2 a.m. idea from Dave. What if we put the NASCAR in a container on top of the other container but staggered it so it almost looks like a Hot Wheels box and you have the stairs going behind it? It's a reality now. So we're here at Cool Nights, and it is an absolute pleasure to introduce a guest on our channel, Mike Brewer, who is a massive influence on me back in the day. I'm sure a lot of you guys watching as well. Old school wheeler dealers was where we all learned how to buy and flip cars.
Well, that's what you're doing. You're wheeler dealering cars, but just making them a little bit more.
We're kind of buying them, doing them up, making them depreciate pretty fast by making them very unique. But again, by flipping cars, as you said, one of the first shows ever to do it, and you inspired a whole generation of, we said, there'd be no Matt Armstrong or any of this if it wasn't for you guys showing us how to do it back in the day.
Yes, I mean, it's nice that I've encouraged so many people to have a go themselves. And you know, when I look at all these YouTubers and influencers and people like yourself today, I can think that they can trace their history back to that one little show, Wheeler Dealers, that's been 21 years now.
And still going.
Yeah, it's still going. The first flipping car show on the planet.
Yeah.
And what you do though with your cars is a little bit different than what I do with mine. I buy old crap, fix it up and try to make it still look like old crap and sell it.
We're trying to do something a little bit more unique.
You are.
But it's for us, it's like the modified car scene has gone to such extremes over the last while. You know, like our RX-7 now doesn't really look like an RX-7 anymore. It looks more like a Le Mans Porsche from the 80s. But this is kind of the old school stuff and the new school stuff. We like both. And then we have Adam's pickup truck, which might be right down your street. 1970s, that's in sunny pickup with a Koska Skyline 71 front end on it.
They just look so much fun, they really do.
So we kind of try and do a bit of that with a bit of fun. And again, we see all these old quirky cars and we see that we can still make something new out of them, even though this is quite a new car. But yeah, this is like pro level drifting. I was talking off camera about everyone runs 1,000 horsepower now, 285 semi-slicks on the back.
And you'll rip through a set of tyres, do 6 miles to the gallon, and it costs you a fortune.
€400 a lap.
€400 a lap. But look at the face. The face says it all, doesn't it? You're smiling.
I said, at the end of that, you could do that minute, and you will think about that minute for 3 weeks because it was so much fun. So it's an absolute pleasure to have you on the channel.
It's an honour to be here.
Absolute legend, and we've been doing some Q&As and stuff with the people here this weekend, and it's an honour to share a stage with one of my boyhood heroes. Anyway, Mike, an absolute pleasure.
It's been lovely to see you.
A pleasure.
Cheers.
Oh wow! Oh my goodness! Oh my god! It's got the livery and everything. You guys did this in like a week.
Lots of help from Jay, of course, on Precision Tints on the graphics.
Shout out to Jay.
Everything else is all custom built, ready for you guys, and we've done what we can based on the images of the Supra.
Because they asked me for loads of interior images of the Supra. I was like, why would they need that? But now I see. So we've got the same livery. We got the DG SJ, the Superjet livery on there. The nice little military bit. Oh, look at this! Even has my name up here. And the handbrake is gold.
IOP as well, exact same as in the car.
That's the exact handbrake.
Yeah.
So you can put any handbrake on these?
Well, it's a custom job, so it's a Husingveld handbrake that we've modified so that it's matches what you have. We've tried to get the positioning of everything as close as we can.
From what we could get in the videos.
Yeah, from what we could get in the videos. So What we really need to do now is, you know, try and fine tune this and really get it so that it feels like the car. So the whole point of this, as far as we understand, is that you're going to use this as a training tool, so it has to feel exactly like the real thing. No point in being miles off and things being in the wrong position. It was 580, bottom of wheel 640.
Kind of feel where it is.
Need to come down.
Well,
was that to the end of the seat, or was that?
Walking through, breathe. Heavy breathing.
Alright, play. It's under pressure. You don't want to know what's going on in there. Alright, so the boys have been setting it up for the last couple of hours because it's a bit of kit. It takes a little bit of time.
Should help with the way the pedals feel.
And just to let you know about replicating the pedals in the Supra, we explained to the guys earlier that because the Supra was originally automatic, the clutch pedal is from a E92 BMW, the brake pedal is from a Supra, and then the accelerator is from a K11 Micra because it was fitted perfectly on the pivot point. So very hard to replicate that. This is a problem now. I have no excuses now. Everyone's going to be like, wait, as the Sim, he has the Solstice, he must be great. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, you just got to put in the hours now.
So while we're getting the Sim all set it up, is that a word? I don't even know, it's been a long week. Oh, here we are. Here's Johnny DIY.
Maybe paintbrush.
I'm gonna give it to Adam, right? I hit him with an idea of wouldn't it be cool if in the meeting room we had one wall that was like super slick office style,
Have you even showed this?
No, which is like, I mean, he's the man with the paneling this week. So we have like a media center on this side, so very conventional, nice, looks like the other side. But then I was like, we've got this big wall, and wouldn't it be cool if we made the inside look like the outside? So if you can't really see there because it's dark, but there's like this color on the outside, and then we're going to make this look like a container. So he did some wood all the way around.
Yeah.
And then we're going to put a big drift games on here that makes it look like we're the shipping company, which we're not.
2 containers downstairs. There's the fake container wall upstairs.
They haven't seen that yet.
There's stuff everywhere.
So there's a theme. There's a theme that's running. So one of the things we didn't want, Adam, was that the office side of the building had no relation to the warehouse side, because it doesn't really usually. Now we've got this. We're going to put some like stickers on there. We'll get Jay from Precision Tinted Graphics to do us up some like, you know, max weight payload stuff. So when you come in here, it's going to look like there's a container wall, and that the place kind of goes further, like there's another side to this container, but there isn't. So it looks super cool. I'm very chuffed on this. Adam, that like for a bit of a whim.
For about 24 hours ago, I had no idea what I was doing. I literally I went home last night and violently Googled stuff. I'm like, oh my god.
Violently Googled. This is the sketchy part. We're putting a car up in front of the fake container up the top, and it's this car. So this is our JZX90 that we built this year. We brought it from Japan. So this car currently isn't registered for the road. We're still waiting on paperwork. It's going to be a little bit of time before it is. Probably not going to use the car until like show season next year. So I said, wouldn't it be cool to put it up the top so we have another car up there? Much easier to get a car up and down from this area than where the NASCAR is. So taking the side skirts off. I'm not sure about this.
This is very sensitive. Very sensitive.
This is absolutely terrifying. We just finished this car, it's absolutely beautiful. And then we're going to lift it up like some sort of grabber machine in an arcade. This is our Mondays, people. This is our Mondays of, we'll just get a teleporter, lift up JZX, put it in a coffee shop. Should be no issue until you go to do it. At least we can all just admire how clean this car is underneath now. That's what I'm thinking. This is the sketchiest thing we've ever done. What are we doing?
You're already there now. Yeah, perfect. Cool. Pig's piss.
That was a good guess, wasn't it?
Big guy, I assume we're rated for this car up here.
What? Oh yes it is. Hey.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
Well, if you start seeing the floor dipping, yeah,
Just,
maybe we should move with a foot forward.
Yeah.
I think it's scary to say only about a week to finish our place, and obviously what we really needed at this time for our place was travel to the UK and get another NASCAR. Now this isn't as dramatic, so let me tell you about the plan with this. So if you've seen our video, we've got the NASCAR inside a container.
I saw
on
it.
top of a
It's
container.
amazing.
I mean, that was cool. And then, I mean, when this came out, I was like, oh, what have you put another one on top of it? Once 10, Craig, how confident are you?
You know what, Josh? I'm very much so a person who doesn't think much about things and doesn't really care that much. I don't like that load.
What in the name of God?
I mean, it may not look. There's a lot of good stuff here.
This is like what two boys sent off to the jungle sale. This is just a normal Thursday for us, by the way. So we normally just...
I wouldn't say normal now.
Have a look around. This is a normal Thursday for us now, which is silly. That we all went, oh, here comes the NASCAR that has all the arcade machines under it. Let's get to it.
Imagine going through customs and that's what you gotta say. What have you got in the back of it? Well, just a NASCAR with a few arcade machines underneath.
What do you do for a living? It's even longer than trying to explain that. What's it for? You're going to have to watch a video with me. And then if you have a problem with it, come back to us.
Say, there's no point hanging around. I say we put it up straight away, yeah?
It's like Christmas morning. You got to kind of open your presents and put them where they're supposed to be. I don't know how we're going to get it up, but I feel Craig is of the opinion not thinking too much about it. Just send it up. Hi.
Hey! NASCAR on top of NASCAR. Okay. And now for the rest of the stuff. There you go, Dave.
Brute force. Absolutely wrong tool. That's how you do it. The Bull O'Connor.
I was going to say, people may wonder why we call him the Bull, and that is the reason.
I have just
I got this right here.
Bought some crap in my time. This might be top 3. The other 2 are above me.
Look at him.
It's gorgeous.
Look at him.
You put our pay slips in there and then you have to like every month you're like, hey, will you get it or not?
So the plan for this is we're going to put Drift Games accessories in it, and then if you come here you can play to get extra goodies. Isn't that fun?
There you go.
That's a lucky cat. That is the luckiest cat around.
Hey!
Craig, get in there. Craig's wallet there now. There's some weight in this wallet, lads. Jeez, this is 14 X5s in this.
Good.
Look at this thing. Now, we're close to completion on this, and the idea was, as I said at the start of this whole series, to finish the car alongside the building. As you can see, we're getting close on both. A lot of work still to do. The paint, Adam, it was controversial.
There was a lot of comments hating this.
A lot of comments saying, I think the render looked a lot more green than it does in real life. I think it looks unbelievable.
It was very close to what I was going to want in my MX-5, but then I went with purple. But I'm actually, that's the colour in person is effing savage.
And it's actually a metallic. So I said to Joey, I'll be a handy one, you'll do it in a week and a half. It's a non-metallic. Actually a metallic. It's got gold fleck through the whole paint. Hard to see on the camera, but sorry Joey. So O'Neill Auto Body, as always this year, has pulled it out of the bag. Craig is now buttoning everything up, getting all the splitters on. We haven't seen it with all the bits and pieces on it yet. So I'm hoping in the next day or so we can get this out on social media. And somebody's gonna win this car. Someone is going to be driving this car into 2025, and I'm really annoyed by it because I shouldn't have done this because the car turned out nicer than all the cars we have, and now we got to give it away.
Drift games. We never claim to be the best, but sometimes trying your best is all that matters. Eight months ago, 10 years of our blood, sweat and tears disappeared overnight. I'm not gonna lie, the hardest thing we have ever done is start again. But day by day, that's exactly what we did. For 8 months of long days and late nights, we had only one thing on our mind: to not let a fire define us. This place proves that no matter what pushes you down, always get back up, because it's worth it.
Welcome to the new Drift Games Clubhouse. I can't believe it's done. This was just a blank unit 4 weeks ago, and you can probably tell by the look in my eyes and the team's eyes, it has been every day, every night. So many people have helped us, but we're here, ready to show you in 2024, not 25, that we rebuilt in 9 months what I think is a very unique space. Now, this is a space that is for us. We're a creative company and we want to be in a creative space. So it might not suit everybody. Some of the things we've done might not be to your liking, but they represent part of our journey and our story. So I'm going to take you on a detailed tour because there are so many little pieces and so many people I've got to thank. Even starting here, we have our sponsors up the top of the door as you come straight in. Got our frosted logos here, and it takes you away into the hallway. We got a HKS mat straight away. You know the score. Here we've got some like a nice little trinkets here. We've got part of James Dean's S14.9 here, which was torn off in Poland. This is a wheel that our driver in Driftmasters, Connor Falvey, hit a wall in Finland, and he got a 90+ run still holding air with the Strom wheel. So we just think it's still holding air. That was like 6 months ago. So that was really, really cool. Got some of our merch stuff here. Some photos of the old studios, and then we got this like vintage looking bike on some carpet, which I think looks pretty cool. And then on the wall, the big DG logo. So Josh put this together. It is pretty cool. It's made from aluminium. Our friend Ryan in Vital Fabrication cut it out. We put some LEDs behind it. Just gives you that impact when you come in the door. Then we got some pieces on the wall from friends across the world, which is kind of the theme of this side of the building. We'll go to the warehouse where the most dramatic change has been, but we're going to take you this way first. We got LZ, Jimmy, and Liberty Walk skateboards here, but this is the part you won't have seen before. So on the wall, we've got some of our favorite drivers in the world's bonnets. So we have Ryuseis, who is our driver at Drift Games. We've got Alex Law from Low Origin, and we've got Ty Jeffries, who has, I think, one of the sickest liveries around. And we also have Josh's Low Brain bonnet. You might be thinking, why is the bonnet up here and not on the car? Big change coming for that car next year, so that's where it's sitting for the moment. We'll bring you upstairs again. We have the McLaren bonnet that Chris Slicks gave us, the YouTuber, and we decided we could put a McLaren bonnet on the wall, but what I like about this is we're going to have it as a signing board. So we're going to have a pen here attached, and everyone who visits the clubhouse can sign it, eventually fill the whole bonnet with all of our friends and family and sponsors, which I think is a really, really nice touch. At the top of the stairs, we got to look down, because we have Adam LZ's custom BMX matching his Driftmasters E36, and on the wall, the LZ Tour, which we were a part of for the last 2 years and will be into 2025 with 3 new locations, by the way, little Easter egg. Here's all the events we've done so far: Canada, America, Ireland, Australia. It's been an amazing ride. And then that takes you through to the office. Hello, boys.
Hello, Dave.
The work never stops. This is the Drift Games office, and there is a lot to get through in here. So we have the brightest pool table known to man. It was so bright, I ended up buying some more orange pieces for the room to set it off nicely. We did a full media center over here with our 77 Kawasaki. We have got the revitalized and now finished DY SR that was in Josh's MX-5 SR 20 car, and that's just sitting here waiting for a new project next year, but it's so pretty. We just put it here. I think everything here is all the little trinkets around the place look great. We've got like a bunch of random stuff, and we're going to be collecting more because obviously we lost everything in the fire. This is just what we've collected in the last 6 months. All the tables are done, all the desks are done. Anything else interesting? Oh, what about the massive replica sim of the Supra, which is sitting beautifully in the corner. Put some LED lights. We got this aluminium wall, which we've done, and then we had a very kind gentleman drop off 2 custom guitars to us yesterday. Even though none of us can play them, they look really cool on the wall, so we put them up there as well. We'll move into this room, which you haven't seen the transformation on, which has been pretty big. This is going to be for all of our camera gear. Some of it's still being used at the moment, so that'll fill up as time goes on. Here's some sound deadening panels that we'll show you where they're going later on in the warehouse, and more sims from the Sim Consultants. So they're a partner of ours this year, and they put in 2 racing sims here because not only do we like drifting, we also like racing as well. So this is like a kind of a very new school, old school setup, like an arcade head-to-head, but with the best of gear. So if you're looking for a Sim Consultants basically can build you whatever you want, whether you're a novice or an expert, and we have a bit of all the range here. The meeting room. We have a big clubhouse fitted to the wall. Precision Tint and Graphics said this was not an easy sticker to put on because of the way we've made this wall look. But the cool thing, why this wall looks like that, is that it continues to the outside. So when you're downstairs, it's got this weird illusion where the inside goes to the outside and outside to the inside. It just gives it that industrial look. Got some few bits and pieces here in the background. Got the jerseys from Ryusei and Connor Falvey up there. And we've got HDMI so we can have meetings with the TV, with the whiteboard. If you guys are aware, Drift Games is a YouTube channel, but a lot of our business is commercial work like advertising, promotional work, graphic design, event organization. So we do proper work, and this is kind of where we're going to have those meetings, which we never had a space like this before, and I'm really happy about this. So let's go downstairs. Oh, before we go any further, check this out. So for my birthday, my wife got every single car that was significant to me made by Project 13 in the UK, going all the way from my first drift car to the Lamborghini that unfortunately perished in the fire. Whole history through that, so that's super cool. When you come in and out the door, you're kind of reminded of that alongside some steering wheels we've used in the past. So a lot of memories in here, and we're hoping to build a lot more and put a lot more stuff in here as the year goes on. So we make our way through to our little kind of kitchen area, and we've got some pictures on the wall, and we have what we call Death Alley. So this is a dedication to the Drift Games studios. So the Lamborghini with the remains of the one remaining Lamborghini wheel that we had, we only released the car, and this is pretty much from that to that in 4 days, which is really sad. But we also have 2 hoodies that survived I say survived, but that's all we got back out of the place. And the original sign from outside the building, which you can see has been charred as well. The idea of this area is that you remind yourself that before you head into our new space, that things can get taken away. Everything doesn't last forever. You got to enjoy them while you have it. So kind of a little reminder that we had a lot, we lost a lot, we built a lot, but always kind of remember that, you know, enjoy the day, live for the moment, don't mind things too much because this can happen. I'm going to show you the toilet while I go by because this was really boring last time too. So we painted the toilet, And I'm pretty sure we're the only people in the world that have Ken Nomura's original R34 wing in the bathroom. Why is it in the bathroom? Because it's cool. We have Craig's old wing there as well. And like we just kind of painted it grey, made it look a little bit nice. We're going to make some more stuff happen in here in the future. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Have you seen this, Josh? Have you seen this guy? Have you seen this guy? No. Yeah, we're looking for this guy. No? We haven't seen him. If you have seen him, the number's on the card. So, just, we're trying to stay up for the community here. And if you've seen that guy, let me know. This is the big one, right? So this is the part that we wanted to be more crazy than ever. And this side of the building is nice and functional and I think pretty slick. But this is where all the madness has happened. And straight from when you come in the door, I just wanted people to go, wow. And I think we've nailed it. Like, come on, what a space. So right behind me, we have got our Strom wheels on the wall, put a shelf up there, and we have the world famous BR86, which is on loan from JDM Garage in the UK, but it just fits so perfectly there. Then we obviously had this container, we put in our Liberty Walk RX-7, the car we built in collaboration with them earlier in this year. This car was built in 1 week, and it still looks as good as it did after that reveal in Finland with Kato and Toshi from Liberty Walk. We put their logo also up in the container. And then we did some funky stuff that's a little bit different. We've got the Lucky Cat. Was a favorite in the videos. So this is, if anyone comes through, they can come through and play and try and win some goodies from our sponsors, from ourselves. It's like a fun little thing to do for kids as well if we have some open days. And we're just going to throw and pile it up as we go with goodies in there so people can grab something home. We've got an arcade machine here where we have, I think it's 5,000 games, all the old school stuff. So it's just like a nice little distraction from the work upstairs. Want to come down, play a game, chill out. Just also has that cool retro vibe alongside our little couch area here, which will be eventually our podcast area. So we thought this might be the coolest backdrop for a podcast ever. Liberty Walk, BR, the containers, it looks amazing. We still have to set up all our microphones, and the sound editing you saw upstairs is going to be on the roof here and making it a little bit less echoey. We have a Ford 6-cylinder sitting on the ground, don't ask why. We've got the crank from a NASCAR, don't ask why, just looks cool. We've got our Mobile One set up in here, some accelerators from Tire Streets, and the Sonax detailing bay. The guys from Sonax actually came over from the UK, not only to set up all of their product stands, and to help us get all of the cars clean for this very moment. Now, they're the best in the business. The products are unbelievable, and they've been such a huge supporter of us all the way from having all of this burned down to come back and help us rebuild again. They're absolute legends. And in the middle of the Sonax bay, well, here she is. We promised you on the first video of this series, we were going to build the car alongside the clubhouse, and she is finished. I am absolutely devastated that we are giving this car away. This might be my favorite car we've built in the last 5 years. This is a manually converted, beautiful R33 Skyline, 1994 GTS T Turbo, and we put a full Pandem wide body on it. We have this Volvo metallic, like sort of I would say a pastel kind of green, but she's got a gold fleck in there. Craig has put endless hours in. We got Ganadors, we got a GTR grille, we got all the black splitters. Even Craig put in, which a lot of people don't, the little black rubber to break up the fender to the body. She is unbelievable. On SSR wheels, it's just, oh, the GTR spoiler, they haven't seen that yet. So the GTR spoiler is on the back as well. Man, this car is just, it's incredible. I really don't want to give this away, but obviously we have to create some funds to try and finish this place. This all looks quite conventional. But walk through this door and things get a little bit more special. We got Adam's Hakoska fronted Datsun Sunny here looking beautiful. And all of a sudden you walk from a very, I would say, calm space to a very wild space. This is the throwback to the Drift Game Studios. We didn't want to replicate it, but we did want to reference it, and we brought back the shop fronts. Just two this time, 11.7, with the parking spaces for the S15 and the S14, which are sitting there right now, and our Mobile One Racing garage. We will have a fully functional garage door on that, but it got delayed. It won't be here till January. So that means we can actually close off this space from that space and give ourselves different areas. And the idea for content of doing this is that you take a picture here or there or anywhere, it all looks different. It gives it variety. We can do so much more different things and different content pieces with different backdrops. Nismo, one of the most talented graffiti artists in Ireland, did a full mural on the wall. This is exactly what we wanted him to do because we wanted it to look like an old street wall that had been tagged multiple times over the years, and he absolutely nailed it. 11.7's back. So all of these stickers look pretty ordinary from a distance, but they're all little in-jokes. And if any of you guys come to our open days, I'm sure the first place you're gonna go is read those. Some of them are a little rude, so you don't need to put them on, Josh, but if you're here, you'll see them. There's a car here. We're not gonna show it in this video because there's a little bit of a bombshell on that in first week of January. This car has actually been 10 years, I would say, in the works. And not only did we build the R33 in this time and this whole place, we also built this with two of the biggest names in drifting. And we're gonna show it to you early January, but we have to get back to that. So if you haven't subscribed, you gotta be reminded of when we're gonna show it. This is another level. Anyway, we'll move on. This is our workshop area. Now there's another contrast here. So wild shop fronts, slick detail and bay. This area I wanted to keep completely industrial. The reason being is that I want the car to be the star when we shoot this direction in the unit, especially when we're working on our ramp. And we got a beautiful Stedman ramp from Equipco in Ireland. And not only did Equipco step up and get us this, they just dropped these off this morning. We got a wheel balancer and a top of the line tire changer, which all goes in beside our SP toolbox. So we've got everything we could need from SP Tools. The guys there are like family to us now, and this stuff is the best of the best. Right now, SP Tools, if you're in Ireland, get on SP Tools Ireland. If you know how good this stuff is. It's taken over the game, and we can stand by it because we're using it every single day. All of these tools built most of what you see around, and the cars in here, so that's a testament. And right now we've got my 2JZ 1000 horsepower carbon Kevlar DBM engineering built Supra, looking fresh and ready for 2025. And on top, I think probably the cleanest car in here, which is our fully resto modded and restored TS13 from JDM Garage. That car is going to be so much fun on Irish roads next year. I can't wait to get it out. So let's go upstairs. Oh, by the way, before we do, we got the Clubhouse logo running through here. And Josh, check this out. The big Drift Games logo with all of our sponsors for 2025 up there. We're going to be talking a lot more about our sponsors for next year in January. But if you want to know who's on board to help us create the biggest year we've ever had, these are the legends up here. Let's go upstairs. Now this is where it gets a little bit more strange. We got some LED lights on the ground. We got our Link logo up here. This is our shop area, and this is like a fun hangout vibey place, which happens to have not one NASCAR, which we absolutely slammed, but two NASCARs. And you might say, why have you got a bunch of NASCARs? Why anything in this place? We just thought it was cool. Got two shells. This one we used for drifting this year, and this one is just a shell, but they're actually real NASCARs that competed, or Cup Series cars. I'm sure you US guys are going to correct me or whatever, but here we call them NASCARs. And you would never see one in Ireland, never mind two. So that was just a funky thing. And obviously these are just for display. We won't be drifting or using them, but they do break up the space quite nicely. Got our clothing up on the wall for people to see. If you guys want to grab some, we'll get orders out early January. Everything you buy does help make the dream happen. So thank you guys, whoever's bought anything over the years. I just want to give a big thank you to you guys. We've got Outrun HD, so it might just look like a random arcade game, but when I was a kid, I used to beg my dad to drive me to the airport because they had an arcade version of Outrun, and I would go there to the airport just to play the game for half an hour and come home completely happy. So that's got a lot of nostalgia for me in this game. This is our basketball machine. If you missed our last episode, you'll know that Josh and I are super competitive at this, and so are a lot of the boys. We play it all over the world. Wherever we go, we always try and find one, and we got our own. And we've put some DG logos on there. I think it looks pretty slick. And we lost one in the fire, so we never even got to play that one. We ordered it, it arrived, it burned in the fire. We never even opened the crate. This time, we've actually got to enjoy it, so that is really, really cool. Again, behind everything you'll see, Nismo has done all of these graffiti sketches, and the reason that they're monochrome is that we wanted the machines and the clothing to pop, so we left them quite, not too overbearing. We've got all of our merch on display for open nights. When people come through, they can grab some merch. It looks really super cool. go through this section into another completely different section. This is the Tire Streets Cafe. So we've put some greenery here along lights and things on some little kind of coffee shop vibes. The coffee shop kind of looks like a coffee shop. We have a coffee machine arriving, so we will be able to actually serve coffee if we have a Cars and Coffee. We need a coffee machine, right? So that was the idea. And look, it looks really cool. We put like all our logos up. We've got all bits and pieces. We've got our Red Bull fridge for some refreshments. And Tire Streets Cafe wouldn't be complete without tires. So we've got a big bunch of accelerators here waiting to be shredded off a car next year. And I think they look super cool there. Our JZX90 is sitting up here and I think it looks absolutely unbelievable. We slammed it because it's not moving. And now we're thinking we might have to put air suspension in this when we get it back on the road because look how good it's just unbelievable. Guys in DRT Automotive put this thing together. I bought it in Ebisu in Japan. We finished the car. It's got all the goodies on there. Link ECU, BC Racing coilovers. It is a wild machine, 500 horsepower. And Chase Bay's really stepped up and helped us on this build as well today. So thanks to those guys as well. Put the bonnet off because no point in hiding it, right? Over here, Adam O'Connor has decided to take the old front of his Datsun and put a little mural together here. I think it looks absolutely sweet. We've even got an old F1 wheel in the corner, some tires with some plants in it, and I love this. If you look over here, you get to see all of the cars. But if you're downstairs, you actually can't see the JZX90. So the idea of this place was, yes, it's just one big box, but you've got to walk every single inch of it to see every single car in here. And a lot of you guys in the comments were probably saying, hey, Dave, you're not going to fit all the cars in there. We kind of knew that. This place is not about being the most efficient mechanic place. It's not the most, it's unconventional. We like being unconventional. We like having a cool creative space. We don't make our money having customer cars. We don't have any customers. So this is a place for people to come hang out, have a good time, share stories, bring cool cars down, feature cool cars. And we have a workshop here that does a lot of the, I would say, cleaner work. Because, little bombshell, not only are you revealing a car in January, but there's not just one building. So this is one of two buildings, and you're starting to get the picture that the other one is going to be very much a workshop for the drift cars. But January will be when we'll tell you all about that. So if you haven't hit subscribe, now again is the time. So we've seen it. We've been here for 4 weeks, building every little piece of it with some of the most talented people in the world. And they haven't seen it complete. Our family and friends haven't seen it complete. And we're kind of numb to it because we've been kind of bit by bit by bit putting it together. But for the rest of this video, you're going to not listen to me talk. You're going to hear from the people that made all of this happen. You're going to hear from our friends and family and their reactions to seeing the place, especially when they were so devastated 8 months ago when our last place burned to the ground. And I'm going to be opening our next building a year and a half after we built the first. But how we got here in 30 days wouldn't be possible without the people you're about to see right now.
Look at this. Oh my God. Lillian, how are you doing? I've worked with the lads on different projects for years now, mainly cars really. But I do construction. I have a construction business. They've approached me last year to look at the old premises, the old building. Came up with crazy ideas. It was very hard to understand it until we kind of, maybe the two of us started to, what was in his head I had to actually build, but we ended up, I think we've done a great job. Then it was very unfortunate what happened, and I think for most people, Jesus, hold on, stop for a second actually. I'm actually need to get emotional there. What am? What happened in the last building was a disaster, and it was upsetting for a lot of people, and including myself, because of maybe the hard work that we put into the building, and to see it just going up in smoke like that was a disaster. When Dave approached me about this new building, I was more than happy to jump in to help. I was a little bit, what ideas has he got for this one? But his ideas are pretty cool, I have to say. A bit of a challenge. 4 weeks before Christmas, the busiest time of my year, but I kind of had to make time for it. I wanted to be involved in this project. My thoughts on this place. First of all, I didn't think we could create something better than the old place, because the old place was pretty unique, and I think it was definitely the first in Ireland or maybe across Europe to have something as crazy as that. But this place, I don't know. It's just, if I had a big shed, it would be back this size. I'd want something similar in my own place. And yeah, that's all I can say.
6 months ago, I paint like David house, and after 6 months, David rang me and asked if you don't want to paint like the clubhouse. And I said yes, I have to come in and have a look what's happening in there. And I come in here, and here stay like nothing. And after like 1 week, like look at that, it's crazy place.
So we were very happy to help with the last setup for Drift Games, but it was a lot of hard work and a lot of long days and nights trying to get it finished. So we didn't think we'd be in that situation again to have to do all that, but we got the call to come and help in this one, and we're more than happy to help out and try and do what we could to get this done. Obviously with Drift Games, the time frame is never what it should be, and with Dave changing his mind as usual, we had to make a lot of changes here to get stuff done, but we got there in the end with everything, and it seems to turn out pretty good, even if Josh was driving me mad. When we first came in here and saw it, it was hard to see the potential and what was going to happen. It just looked like an empty box, but what's coming from the end of it is unbelievable. Even upstairs, all the cool areas to see, the basketball machine, everything is come together pretty good.
We're after making a little, I suppose, a housewarming gift for the new premises. Something that what we thought was very emotional for us. And I don't know, you're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. But it's something that we done for you, obviously, because between us, we're very proud of what you have done after everything that happened with the old place. So I'll just go up and show you and see what we did.
It is a gift. Oh, wow. That is mental. That's the Lambo wheel.
The Lambo wheel, yeah. The one that we took out, remember we went in and I threw one over the fence?
That's her?
That's her, yeah.
That is unreal to break this at all.
Ah, real.
Do you know what? I was only saying that coffee table was born. Now it's the most exciting coffee table.
And we seen the coffee table and stay to that thing.
Hey, leave IKEA out of this.
And there's one of your t-shirts as well that we took from the deal.
That is so cool.
I told you, man, we wanted to try and get it repaired. But no, in fairness to you, we brought down the rim solution and he just done it for us. And he actually didn't want to give it back to me because he was having the crack in his own place with it. People coming in and go, what's the story of that? That a lot of people didn't know where it came from. So
thank you guys so much.
Very welcome.
That's class. Super cool. So I'd like everybody for coming and everybody for being here for the first time. The Drift Games Clubhouse is open, I guess. It's been an interesting 8 months to get to here. There's a lot of people to thank here, and my brain is on about 1% battery, but I have probably haven't, or any of the lads haven't had much time to actually look at anything because we've been too busy getting it ready for the last little while, but it's been a very interesting year. It's been actually probably a defining year, I would say, for our team. So we started this company 10 years ago for the laugh and never imagined we have this many friends, family, sponsors, a building, cars. None of it was a big projection or put on an Excel sheet. It was just see what we can do, keep doing our best, take a few risks along the way, terrify the bank managers and my dad and everybody involved along the way doing books. And there's a lot of people that I suppose that are here today that are the only reason this place exists. So strangely to think that on April 8th, when we had the fire in the engine block, that this building and every single thing in it didn't exist, which is really mad to think. Not even a pen, not even a pad, not even definitely an IKEA piece of furniture on the car. So we obviously decided that we wanted to get back quickly because I don't want the year to be defined by the worst thing that happened. I wanted it to be defined by what happened after it. So it's been an amazing journey from start to finish, and things like that, the reason this car is here is because that's what's happened. We've stayed positive, we've stayed working, we've taken every opportunity, we've worked the shittest of gigs, the best of gigs. We've said yes to everything for 10 years and we never kept it conventional. And somehow, all of you guys are here today to celebrate 10 years with us. So the big thing I've learned this year is it's better to have and lose than to never have. And now we've had it twice. I'm pretty sure I don't want to build a third one, to be honest. It's that much stress. So thank you guys for all of your support. If I've missed anybody, I apologize and I'll say it to you personally. But thank you guys for everything, for the support. This is what the clubhouse is about. It's about chatting, mingling, talking crap about cars, giving out the price of tax and petrol, and having a good time. And that's what we want you guys to do today. So thank you very much. That is a wrap from 2024. We got our building back. All our family and friends came to see it, and we're so happy it's done. We want to thank all of you guys for joining the adventure this year, supporting us. We'll see you all in 2025. Bye!